recent criticisms leveled against the city he governs. The opposition spokesman within the local government has expressed strong disapproval of the current state of Montego Bay, implying a government led by the People's National Party, PNP, would be more effective in addressing the city's challenges. Mayor Vernon counters, asserting Montego Bay is incomparable to any other town or city. Andre Jebinson reports.
Natalie Nita Garvey was caving in her critique of the western city of Montego Bay when she spoke in the sectoral debate earlier this week. This critique has drawn a sharp response from the city's mayor, Richard Vernon, who has taken exception to her remarks.
And when you come and you describe our city as dirty, nasty, the worst place in the Caribbean and Latin America, when you come and you say that this is no resort city, it is this and it is that, and all the negative things that can be said about the city of Montego Bay. Who do you think you're hurting?
Vernon perceived her comments as damaging to the city's reputation and potentially harmful to its residents and investors.
And those who are speaking from beyond the borders of the municipality of St. James, I urge you to stay in your lane. There is no major town or city in Jamaica that is cleaner than Montego Bay right now. And I dare anybody to go ahead and do their research, take their cameras, drive around the entire country and check every major city and town in Jamaica. None can be compared to Montego Bay right now.
Vernon said the city is a safe one, citing recent police data to support his claims.
Montego Bay has less than 8 murders per 100,000 people. A lot of credit to the police.
The mayor argued that his municipality continues to outpace the others in the country.
When we talk about resort city, we are not guessing, we are not ifing, we are not butting. Montego Bay processes over 70% of all flights into Jamaica. All the other parishes survive through Montego Bay. What I'm talking about, Montego Bay has 30% of all rooms in the country.
Andre Jebinson, CVM News.
A government senator is hitting back hard at the opposition, condemning a move he says the PNP once championed in relation to the Integrity Commission Act, calling it a classic case of flip-flopping on a critical national issue. Here's more from Akeem Aret.
A fiery political exchange is brewing over the composition of the Integrity Commission. Government Senator Marlon Morgan has blasted the opposition People's National Party, accusing them of dishonesty and hypocrisy in their latest stance on the role of the Auditor General. On Thursday, the PNP condemned a vote by the Joint Select Committee reviewing the Integrity Commission Act, a vote which removed the Auditor General as a commissioner of the body. But Senator Morgan is now pointing to what he calls a brazen case of flip-flopping by the opposition. He said it was the PNP that originally led the call for the Auditor General to be excluded from the Integrity Commission, citing concerns about potential conflicts and undue influence.
PNP convened a media conference in 2019 and called for a review of the membership of the Integrity Commission while raising what it described as serious concerns about the inclusion of independent bodies such as the Auditor General's Department on the Integrity Commission, especially where they will have a role in crafting reports.
He also said the government's position restores independence and aligns with what the PNP once lobbied for, making their current objections nothing short of political opportunism. He also called out civil society groups.
The PNP, in our view, is simply being dishonest, unprincipled, and opportunistic, and is really just playing cheap politics in relation to a constitutional office such as the Auditor General's office, which is critical to the good functioning of our country.
Senator Morgan said Jamaicans should reject the opposition's objections, which he says lack consistency and principle. Akeem Aret, CVM News.
And the opposition People's National Party continues to criticize the governing Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP, over its plans and policies. Speaking at a political meeting in the Trafalgar Division in New Kingston, opposition Senator Damien Crawford made fiery statements suggesting the JLP administration does not prioritize the people of Jamaica, and the JLP has failed to put in place adequate education and housing plans.
The opposition is again criticizing the governing Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, over its plans and policies. Opposition Senator Damien Crawford has accused the administration of implementing a plan of action geared at keeping Jamaicans dependent on the state. He hints the JLP has failed to foster the personal economic development of Jamaicans.
But the JLP has never been for education. But we have people who be doctor, I work at call center. Yes. We have people who be engineer, I work at wholesale. That the JLP's policies have never been geared towards moving people from dependence to independence. It's to maintain people in a state of existence that you need them at all times, that you need them to eat a food.
Crawford faults the JLP's housing policy, a policy that the administration confirmed would benefit 6,000 Jamaicans in need of housing. He says under the leadership of the former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, Jamaicans benefited greatly as he delivered more housing solutions than the current government.
You see, Andrew Holness said that 6,000 people need a house. Free house. Them say the poorest people in this country need a house. It's 6,000. And he might build 30 a year. Now my maths tell me it will take 200 years for him to build 6,000. Where Andrew will be Prime Minister for 200 years? No, that is not going to, that's not a good policy. No, I'm glad for who get a house, because anybody get a house, I'm glad for them. But from a concept of logic is not on his side. But he wants to walk around and give a one house. Now PJ in 1 year over Portmore built 10,000 houses.
According to him, the PNP's rent-to-buy housing policy is the better policy as it will ensure workers within the informal sector have greater access to affordable housing.
Yes. We say you're going to get a house and pay rent, and over time contributions from that rent go towards paying your down payment and the rent change into a mortgage. Yes. You know how much people can't go to bank and get a loan because they are not in the formal sector to get a pay slip. Yes. So we're saying that if you have a sound, if you do your own robbing, if you hustle a market, if you sell downtown, if you do your thing on the side and don't have a pay slip, isn't it right that if you pay 6 months of the mortgage, that is reasonable qualification that you can pay the mortgage?
What Crawford says is the superior policies of the People's National Party would offer greater benefit to the people of Jamaica. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
Our news package will continue in just a moment.
Jesus All the Way, a fundraising worship encounter presented by the Jamaica Seventh-day Baptist Conference of Churches on Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, featuring Kevin Downswell, Rhoda Isabella, Alicia Taylor, Kevin Heath, Nadine Blair, and Perpetual Sounds of Praise. Gates open at 4 p.m. Showtime 6 p.m. Tickets available at scrollOpen.com. Jesus All the Way, a worship encounter with a purpose. Sunday, June 29, Randy Williams Entertainment Center, powered by Stuart Soto, Love FM, Mellow FM, Gospel JA, and CVM TV.
In a world where
we are to build more houses under this program for those who are most vulnerable, and we are to build them at a faster rate.
The phrase tenement yard refers to a communal dwelling which provides affordable housing in working class areas such as Tower Hill in St. Andrew. The work done to improve conditions of these multifamily housing solutions have reportedly benefited over 1,054 individuals across constituencies. Speaking at the groundbreaking and the contract signing ceremony for the Tower Hill development, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said that the Ministry of Economic Growth is developing lands which will continue to upgrade lives.
If we want to transform communities, one of the main ways of transforming a community is to transform the living conditions of the people. And the new social housing program is designed to transform the housing conditions of the people.
Under the new social housing program, Prime Minister Andrew Holness outlined that modern apartments are set to be built, a project that will be eventually stretched across the country.
We now have the capability and we now understand how to do it, and we can do it with greater pace. Do you notice that almost every week I am now handing over a house or breaking ground for the renewal of a tenement yard?
He emphasized that they are lessening the time that it takes for persons to receive social housing. He said for the community of Tower Hill, the lands will become attractive for development within the coming year.
And so what we have said to the NHT is to develop what we call the Small Developers Program, where if persons own lands in communities like these and they want to develop them, the NHT will work with them, help them with the architectural and engineering, the technical things, help them to get the approvals at the local authorities, and finance them. But more than that, after the houses are built, the NHT will then buy the houses from them.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness highlighted that since crime is going down and peace is becoming prevalent, more development can occur, not only for Tower Hill, but in communities island-wide. Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
Policing in Jamaica is evolving beyond the badge. The JCF is highlighting its growing core of tertiary educated officers while opening new pathways for citizens to join its ranks. Shantae McNeil tells us more.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF of today is not the force of decades past. A new era of policing is here, driven by education, powered by innovation. This according to Senior Superintendent of Police Gary Francis, who also revealed that over 2,000 officers in the force now hold tertiary level degrees, giving the JCF a sharpened edge in the fight against crime.
Remember when we heard that there were 4 people in the force with a university graduate, those days. We lived that through. We lived through the highs and the lows. Today, we boast over 2,000 persons in the organization with university graduate degrees and counting. And that is not just only by qualification, but the very skills, knowledge, attitude, ability, competence, and experience, which is daily exhibited in the organization, shows that we have grown and come a far way.
Francis says this transformation is no coincidence. It's part of the reason the country is now seeing crime reductions of over 45%, thanks in part to these highly trained men and women. But the JCF is not stopping there. They're inviting more Jamaicans to be part of this transformation. From June 19 to 22, the JCF Transformation Expo 2.0 will take place at the Montego Bay Community College and Kingston's National Arena. There, attendees can learn about the force's reforms and even start the recruitment process on site.
We'll be having from our administrative portfolio the training branch, and they will be actively recruiting a facility to sign up persons who want to be a member of this noble organization. In executing this, we are doing it as a duty of care for the people of Jamaica.
Commanding Officer for St. James, Aaron Samuels, says more Jamaicans are seeing the JCF as a career of passion and purpose.
Passion may be in forensics, their passion may be in motor vehicles. We have a full department that deals with building and also repairing our buildings. So each aspect, persons are able to see their dream within the JCF, because we are not just a force where back in the day where you just go and you just go on the beat. But we have built out a full build out in terms of the different areas that you can serve.
This year's expo will spotlight the JCF's tech-driven transformation, quality management systems, and community policing efforts, all part of a reimagined force. Samuel says another goal is to show the side of policing the public rarely gets to see.
We'll be looking at the investigators, the things that they do to get to the bottom of the crime in terms of our scenes of crime, processing a crime scene, how the whole investigative process of a crime will be showcased. As it relates to operational activities, you have to come. You have to come to experience it and see it and feel it.
And this time, Western Jamaica won't be left out. After the last expo, many residents complained they felt left out. The JCF is ensuring full community involvement. Even tourists are encouraged to attend. He says Constable Smart, an AI-enabled digital interface, will be on display as they show those present how the force uses technology to keep citizens safe. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
It's now time to continue that quick stop on the original route from St. Anne to Kingston at what was once a very popular place to eat traditional flavored foods that was before the highway. Multiple blessings for O'Neill Log by the roadside in Fatespen, which started out with us pulling up randomly despite the rain to check out what he was cooking.
You come out early?
Yeah, come out early.
And the first thing you do, you have to catch up the fire?
Yeah, clean up the place and then catch up the fire and thing. Yeah, and put on my yam and my corn and soup and yeah.
So it's something that you enjoy. What your father, while we're right here, so when next man come to master, sell your soup. What on order today? How can I help you today?
Want some corn?
Gold corn?
Yeah, man. How much too?
Always stop at the card. Oh, now my card too.
That's a fire in $600.
People were wondering when the highway opened, how it would happen for businesses like yours. How has it been?
Well, I don't say it's not fast like before, but the things slow.
But you have your regular customer then?
Yeah, we have a regular customer.
So one pot a day?
Yeah, just one pot a day. And when you finish,
and when soup done, it done?
Yeah, when it done, it done.
After 18 years of support, you can almost call Denny's family.
We call him Neely. His dad used to do it before, Lloydie, and his dad passed. And interestingly, he got the same talent. So after his dad passed, I continued with him.
So that means a long time you're doing this,
Yeah.
So what kind of traditional flavor you pick up in him soup? What am I having there?
Well, they do, can I say a signature, it having cow skin, cowed soup, and a cow cod. Right, you just can't resist it, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. So I always have to get that soup. Sometimes I get my roast yam and my saltfish, roasted saltfish, and then put the butter in between. Yes, and that good to go as well. And his dad now used to do roast sweet potato for me.
Denise, your soup ready. So the soup, then she give her soup. She said.